The Braunfels, how's everybody doing tonight? Very good. Listen, I don't have a lot of time. I told my girl I was going to the gas station. And I just found an air tag in my pocket. So shit's about to get real here, real short. There's a lot of older people here. An air tag is a GPS system that prevents you from having fun and starting a second family. Follow me on Instagram for more tips. My wife and I, we've been married 14 years. She is Hispanic. Yeah, the woos stop. We've been married 14 years. I feel like being married to a Hispanic woman should come in extra years. For every year, it should be 3. I've been married 14. My hairline says 42. Lately, our marriage has been super adventurous. Just the other day, she had my phone in her hand. And she was going through my Instagram. She said, "Who is this bitch you're following? And why do you like all her pictures?" And now I get to choose the adventure I want to go on. It's cool. I live in New Braunfels, but I'm originally from New York City. Thank you. I am Dominican. Thank you again. Appreciate it. I've been here about 6 years. It's a learning curve when you get to Texas. In New York, guns are considered illegal. And when I moved here, I quickly found out I'm considered illegal. I had to get out of New York, though. I lived in Queens. My mom was always putting me in really uncomfortable situations. This one time, she found drugs in her mailbox, and she flushed them. And the drug dealers broke into our home. When they didn't find the drugs, they left a message from my mom in red lipstick. They wrote on her mirror, "We'll be back, bitch." My mom, being who she was, she took that red lipstick and wrote on the front door, "We'll be waiting." As the man of the house, I had to do something. So when she went to sleep, I changed it to "She'll be waiting." I didn't know it was like that. I felt like we was too many people. I'm glad to leave New York, though, man. I had too many roaches in my apartment. Some people laugh because they got roaches right now. Anytime I played music, the roaches would come out dancing. They'd be high on the poison I had laid out. They turned my apartment into Rochella. Damn, we got older people here. Rochella is a play on words for Coachella. I love living in New Braunfels. I do have some issues. Just today, my car broke down and I had to take the bus here. I was almost late. But the bus they were putting me on was going to Martha's Vineyard. I'll let that one sit for a little bit. Now, my car's been breaking down quite a bit, so I went car shopping just this weekend. I went to Mercedes-Benz. I shot for the stars. When you drive the car, there's paddles behind the steering wheel. They said this is a fully automatic car, but this is so that you could pretend it's manual. You like to pretend, right? I said, shit, right now I'm pretending I got good credit. One thing I'm still trying to get used to here in Texas is the animals. When it gets hot, animals come out. My backyard sounds like Jurassic Park at night. I'm from New York. You only know 2 things: roaches, rats. That's it. So when I saw a snake in front of my house, I panicked. First thing I did was throw my keys in it. Now I wanted it to know it now owned my house. I walked in and told my wife, "Pack up. A snake now owns the property." She said, "You idiot, you're supposed to do like Texans do." She's Hispanic from Texas. I said, "Okay." So I put a cowboy hat on. And I walked back outside and I did what they've been known to do. And I looked that snake in the eyes and I said, go back to your country. How'd you get over that wall? I do have 2 kids. My wife and I, we have 2 beautiful kids. One is 13. My son is 13. My daughter's 4. It's a big-ass gap. One was planned, one was a blessing. I asked God for a new car, He gave me a new car seat. I just stopped asking for shit. They're super different from each other. The 13-year-old, he likes to argue everything. So I know he's gonna be a lawyer when he grows up. The 4-year-old, she likes to steal. So I know she's gonna need a lawyer. The 4-year-old is super special. When we baptized her, it was packed just like this. But every time the priest did something, the congregation would gasp. And in my mind, they think she's the chosen one. So the priest said, turn Emma around and introduce her to the congregation. And I pick her up like the Lion King. And I even start singing, nah, so hey, When I had her up here, I realized why they were reacting this way. She had been shitting on me the entire baptism. And I realized it up here, and now I'm like, oh shit, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? I'm cursing in church, she's shitting everywhere. The priest is throwing holy water on both of us. The baptism has now turned into an exorcism. And now I'm Buddhist. It's cool. My son's at that age where he's Googling everything right now. And just the other day, I saw in his search history, what's the proper salary for house chores? Isn't that weird? I'm just glad he's not looking at my search history. Because the last thing he sees is how much Benadryl can I give these kids without killing them? Give me a fucking break. I just turned 40. Based on that slow response, there are a lot of over 40-year-olds in here too. I feel every bit of 40. Yesterday, my daughter kicked the ball to me, and I stopped it with my leg, just like this. And I threw my back out in 3 places. And now I'm like this, shit, go get your mom, go get your mom. And she passed out because the Benadryl kicked in. Fucked up. Now that she's getting older, though, I feel like her personality's coming out. And I feel that she was a cartel member in her previous life. I know that sounds really crazy, but she walks around the house shirtless with washable marker tattoos everywhere. And the other day I saw a teardrop. We were eating dinner, my son and I. She stared at him, he got up and moved. And she took his spot. I got family in prison, I know my son just got punked. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want her to make me move. She looked at him and said, agua, pendejo. And that really confused me. No one taught her Spanish. My son came home from school the other day, he's in middle school. He said, Dad, I got this crazy idea from somebody. We're fundraising, I got this idea. I'm gonna take a bag out of this candy and I'm gonna split it up into little baggies. Cool, you guys know where I'm going with this. And then I'm gonna give them out as free samples to everybody. And then once I get the kids hooked, I'm gonna double the price on that bag. He said, do you think it'll work? I said, shit, it worked in the 80s. But I'm super confused, and I'm like, man, who the fuck taught you this shit? Here comes the 4-year-old. No fui yo, pendejo. That's my time.